Hey everyone, so this video is going to walk us through factoring by grouping. So the process is very similar to the area method. You're going to multiply A and C, so 2 and 15 give you 30, and find your factors, so 1 and 30, 2 and 15, 3 and 10, 5 and 6. You're going to find the pair that gives you B, and so B is 13. And so both of these pairs can combine either by adding or subtracting to give you 13. And so C is positive, so my signs are going to be the same. So either have positive 2, positive 15, or negative 2, negative 15, positive 3, positive 10, or negative 3, negative 10. And so this gives us 17, and this gives us negative 17. So we know that that pair we're not going to use. And this gives us 13, and this gives us negative 13. And we need a positive 13 because B is positive 13. And so in the area method, this is when you would draw your box. But now instead of drawing the box, what I'm going to do is take my positive 13W, which came from the positive 3 and the positive 10, and I'm just going to expand it. So I'm going to write this as positive 3W and positive 10W, and then bring down the 15. So if we were simplifying, we would combine these to give us the 13, but now we're kind of doing the opposite where we're breaking it down into two terms. And so now you're going to split this right in the middle. You're going to split it right in half, and you're going to look at that first half, and you're going to look, well, what is my greatest common factor here? And so you can do the side work of saying, well, I have 2W squared and a positive 3W, and you can do how we did before, where you have 1 and 2, and then 3 and 1. And so 1 is your greatest common factor, and so we can do 1 and 2, and then 2 W's, and then 1 and 3, and 1 W, and just circle the 1 W, which is your common factor. That's your greatest common factor. Or you can just, if you can see it, that the only common factor here is the W, then you can take that W out, and what's left will go in the parentheses. So I have 2W and then a plus 3. Now I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to take out my greatest common factor, and in this case it is 5. And what's left is 2W plus 3. And so if you did this correctly, what ends up in the parentheses should be the same. And so I'm going to rewrite that set of parentheses, and what is left goes in a separate set of parentheses. And so W, and this 5 is positive, so we have a W plus 5 that will go into the other set of parentheses. Oftentimes I get the question, well, what happens if I switched these two? So what if I put the 10W first? So I'm just going to walk through that part as well. And the process is the same. You're still going to split. Let me just lift the paper up. And my greatest common factor here is now 2W. And so what's left is a W plus 5. My greatest common factor here is a positive 3. And what's left is a W plus 5. So you see we still ended up with the same thing inside of the parentheses. And so I have W plus 5. And what is left goes in the other set of parentheses, which is 2W plus 3. And so you can see that these two are the exact same.